I like told myself, I was like, hey, you want some grape juice? That make you feel better? And I went to hand her my glass, and she was like, what? She looked at me like I was crazy, like, what? Wait a minute. And then she realized what I was saying, and I was like, here, take a sip of grape juice, because we couldn't let the producer know. Me and the director were kind of on the same page. We don't give a shit. We just wanted to get drunk all the time, and she took a sip and she was like, where'd you find this? Because she didn't even know where it was. So she went and drank, and for the rest of the shoot, we were getting drunk, and then by the time we wrapped that day, we were just we were so lit that like I don't even remember filming the last like few takes. That's how bad it got.
Oh man, you was super faded.
It was so faded. I've taken shots before, like on set, just kind of whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of common to have alcohol on set, like especially for like the last day.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like a super common thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can't say I've never had a beverage or two, or a few at a work function.
So, I mean, I'm already assuming that you've had drinks because it's very common. It's not like it's a patent thing. No. It's a common thing. But like, is there a crazy story from one of your sets? Obviously, don't say the set, but like.
Well, it's gonna point out if I do it. But there was this one particular show I was on that happened to be sponsored by a beer company.
Oh.
Or actually two beer companies.
Oh.
Because they promised to use their product in this one thing, and that actually never came to light. Like they were like, oh well, we don't need it, or something happened, and then the beer was just sitting there. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I had to move a pallet, and when I mean pallet, I mean like some shit you put on a freight truck.
Oh.
Of beer.
That's like a pallet's like 120 beers. Like.
No, I'm talking about like. Yeah, well, probably more than that actually.
Yeah.
It's probably like a good 50 cases of beer. Okay. So, the funny thing about this was like, it's sitting right next to the production office the whole shoot. Whole shoot.
And that's where you are.
Yeah, the whole time. So anyway, no. I was just like, man, this shit's warm. But if I bring it home, it could get cold. Ooh. But anyway.
I love that logic.
Right? Yeah, I was like, man, I was thinking long road. You know?
You thinking about the benefit of everybody's benefit. Like you trying to like really make this beer work for everybody. Mm-hmm. I understand.
So that ended up happening though. That at the end of the shoot, they had to get rid of it, right? So they're just giving cases away to people.
And of course, you were a front runner.
Well, yeah.
I feel like you let everybody know on set that you love beer in the first place. So the fact that
I don't know. I tended to do some things on that set that were good character-wise. Like, there's a bar right next to where we were shooting. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the producers used to go there and get real faded at night.
Ooh.
And I was homies with some of them, so I'd be like, well, do you need a ride home? I could drive you home, So, they were like, oh, here's this case that I just took from the ballot over there.
Drive you home, here's a beer.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. So that happened a few times, but the last day of shooting, okay, we're there, and it was a known thing. The whole cast, the whole crew were all drinking. Everybody. All of them. The fridge had it. The coolers had it. It was a long day. Okay, so, 12-hour day. Anyway, so, yeah. So we're there, and I was homies with one of the he's higher up. But anyway, homies over there, and then I walk in, I'm like cleaning up some whatever, and what this dude didn't know at the time was I had like 1 or 2 beers already. Ooh. because I was on a post outside and it was cold out. And I hit up one of the other dudes and I was like, yo, can you go ahead and snag me 2 brews and bring it out here?
Yeah.
And so that happened, and I was like, alright, this is rad. Alright, I'm a little bit warmer, That was survival.
Yeah, you had to get the beers to survive. I understand.
Okay, so that was survival. But then I walked in because I switched out of the post, and I walk in, and homie's like, hey, come back in the talent tent. And I'm like, alright, cool. This was like a higher up homie. I was like, alright, you're not going to say no to that. So I walked back, and him and one of the writers had a trash can full of beer. Done. Trash can, dude. I'm like, whoa. Looks like you guys
need some help.
Yeah, well, the first thing he does is cracks one and hands it to me. He's like, hey man, why don't you come have a beer with us?
Oh.
Like, as I walk in, I'm like,
Pat never said no to that.
oh no, you can't say no to the boss. He's my boss. So I was like, well, if you're pulling my leg, whatever. So I go in, and he's like, yeah, but you have to slam it. Oh, fuck, man, really? And he's like,
no, Pat was not like, fuck, man, really. He was like, okay.
Exactly. But I was like, all right, cool. Boom, done. And he's like, and then like the writer dude is like, damn, this guy's in here and kills it. And I was like, all right, cool, thanks guys. Tossed it and dipped out.
Got back to work.
Yeah. I was like, thanks guys. Very, very, I don't know.
Pat, that is never
worked the drug.
That's never been a challenge for Pat. He just, they said it to him like there's a catch to having this beer. And Pat was like, that's a plus. That's not a catch.
Yeah,
You be down.
Damn, I don't have to hang out with you guys? Cool. Let's just kill this thing and leave. So that was awesome. And yeah, I mean, it was really weird too, because I just dipped out and then that was it for that.
Ooh.
But I don't think that show came back, so.
They'll probably have people that couldn't handle their beer on set like you.
Oh, that's proper. I mean, I'm pretty much the most functional drunk there's ever been.
I would agree.
Yeah. So, anyways,
you're successfully doing a podcast.
Successfully.
While drunk. Well,
drinking. Anyway, all right. So, you wrapped up this film. Let's transition straight into that. So that was what this was, right?
Yeah.
So, that's rad.
Yeah.
But what happens when you wrap up the film? I think a lot of people that listen to us probably don't know.
Yeah, so we kind of talked a little bit about how this is a job, but it's not really a job because we're doing what we love to do. But you're getting paid and you're meeting all these people. It's more like a gig. It's like you do these jobs for a month or so, and then that's it. So basically, you're spending 12 hours a day with a group of people, same people, over and over again.
It's like a family.
It's like a family. It's like you spend all this time with them, and like things get emotional, things get stressful, things get whatever. But at the end of the day, all those days, you're happy that you're making a movie with these people.
Yeah, I have a friend that has like a weird mantra about that. I didn't think about it earlier when we were talking about making topics, but
yeah, she
wears this shirt that on the front of it that she wears it every first day of each shoot. It just says happy across it. And I was like, a lot of people were like complimenting her on it and whatever, this and that. But I'm like, it's pretty rad because like a lot of people would love to be in those shoes. Like of course you're happy you're making a project. You're doing a fun job. You're not doing some fucking hard labor. You're not on a farm. You're not making sheet metal. You're making something that a bunch of people can enjoy. But at the end of the day, it's a long day.
It's a long day, and there's a lot of different hats being worn by different people. There's things that people do. Like there is some labor for some people, but for the most part, it's this like you really have to. It's like a lot of creative stress, right? So
true.
People. That's why it's so hard to describe acting to a person who doesn't know what acting is, because they think, oh, you just get in front of a camera and you say something, but there's so much more than that. But I'm not here to harp about that. Like, it's not a big deal what you think about acting. But as far as like being on a set goes, you're this start this family, and then one day you get the last shot and it's over.
The voice.
It's over.
Yeah.
And then so you have your wrap party. You talk about all the things that happened during the set.
Mm-hmm.
You laugh about things. You say your goodbyes. You become Facebook friends, and maybe sometimes you'll work with them again on another project. And I've been fortunate enough to do that with a few people. But yeah, no, most of the time that's the last time you'll see that person.
The same, yeah.
And it's bittersweet because you work so hard to like tell this story, whatever the story is, or do this thing, and then it's over. Your job's over, and you're moving on. So I don't know, and it's just like you know that it's a weird mental thing because you know you're getting into that every single job. You know you're about to meet a good friend, but whether you hang out with them or not after that is totally up to y'all.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen.
It's probably not gonna happen because like everybody has their lives and everybody has to get to the next job. Because for us, it's like we do a job for a month, we get paid a lot of money, and then all of a sudden, what's next?
Yeah, it's a weird thing too, because like we were just saying, it's like a family, but then it's like when you're done, that family not only dissolves, but it's like, all right, there's a few people still intact, like, you know, of course, like the people will take it to the editing process and do their whole bit with that, but the whole production side is just boom, done, like we're gone, you know. And like you do run into some people, and I've run into tons of people I've worked with because I've been at it for a little while now, so it's like, yeah, I know so and so is doing whatever job, or I know this person's doing this, or they're traveling, or this person's, you know, in Europe, whatever, you know, it's cool. But it's such a weird thing. Like, it's probably the only business that does that. Like, they have like, it's like having an extended family.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's your cousin, you know.
Yeah.
And you kind of have these family reunions every now and then, but then you're just like over it, you know. And then like, you know, some cousins you fucking hate, you know, and like you know for a fact you do not like them, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like you haven't spent time with them enough to not know that. You spent a ton of time.
Man, that is the absolute worst when you get on a set and there's somebody that you don't like, because you know you gotta spend so much time with that person.
And the thing is, I mean, being a working professional in this industry at all is a blessing. So, sure, you're gonna be like, fuck, that sucks, I gotta work with this person, that's some bullshit. But you're not gonna do that.
No,
so.
you're not gonna really worry about it, because in the end, you're doing your job, regardless if you get along with everybody. You do your job, you do it well, you be nice. That's the one thing that a lot of people are not doing on set. They're trying to like show their rank and show that they're better than people. That's the worst fucking thing to do. Like, as long as you have a good attitude, you're gonna get more work. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I work a lot.
Exactly.
So
you get way too happy on set.
I'm way too happy. And I mean, it's cool though. And anybody who's listening to this who is in the industry, be nice to your PAs.
Ooh.
They bust their fucking ass all day.
They do things without questioning. They just.
I mean, I've seen people do illegal shit without questioning. Like, straight up illegal.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, all right, cool, yeah, it's part of the job.
Part of the job, I'll do it.
I've literally
seen. You ask me to do it, I'll do it.
I've seen a person literally clean up human shit for a job.
That's the worst.
No,
that is literally the worst. But yeah.
But yeah, dude. Yeah, be nice to your PAs. People work hard, and then they have a few of these at the end of the day. You know?
Yeah.
That's what happens. So, wrapped up that thing. That's awesome. You got a few things going on right now. Still working on her side of the bed with
Brandon Woznicki.
Oh yeah, with our, I was gonna say, our Quick Sixer alumni. And so I'm trying to do this time code real quick. 3210. At the end of the day, you feel kind of old and tired because you're working so fucking much. So recently, I got to go to a few different concerts, right? And I wanted to talk about being the youngest person in an old person show.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's kind of weird. So I got to go to this Bruce Springsteen show, right? Which is dope. Springsteen puts on a good show.
Yeah.
But it was just like,
Old people.
yeah, well, yeah, dude. And I mean, it was. I wanted to talk about more about how some of these older bands have like a crazy cult following. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like I don't know. I don't know if you remember back in like the Bonnaroo, like Fish and all the dudes from Fish, like whatever, all those dudes and like Grateful Dead still have a huge following. Some weird reason.
Yeah, they get on them old 70s peeps.
That's what I'm saying. Like these people that were around at that particular time, like late 70s, early 80s, or just 80s, just have like their craziest weird following. Like I saw like 50-something-year-old women just jumping, screaming, just being the most excited in their whole life watching this show. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
I don't know.
It was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. A great show, absolutely great show, but I was just like, what? The crowd fare was almost better than the show. I was like, this is nuts.
I know used people watching.
Oh, big time. Oh, big time. And we had a great seat, so I could see everybody.
No, you good.
Mm-hmm. It was weird. Super weird.
The only thing I remember